welcome back to my channel. Today I am testing out Menorah Watercolor Sketchpad 300 GSM cold press 100% cotton paper. As you can see, this Menorah Watercolor Sketchpad comes in simple cover packaging with plastic wrapper around it, and it has cardboard packing inside the cover to protect this sketchpad from shipping. This Menorah paper have a nice cover and has a cardboard pad to hold paper steadily, especially it helps when you are doing plein air watercolor. It typically known as glue pad. Once you done artwork on it, it is easy to remove paper without damaging it. Watercolor papers come in various thickness described as LBS or GSM, grams per square meter. Both terms describe the weight of the paper. The thicker the paper, the higher the weight. Cold press paper is ideal for painting with many layers or using the wet on wet technique. This Menorah cold press watercolor paper are thick and heavy enough to absorb water more, meaning the paper will soak up the paint rather than let it sit on the surface. Because of this, you are less likely to disturb an existing layer of paint when adding more paint on cold press paper. The texture of cold pressed paper actually different from brand to brand. For example, this Menorah paper has slightly textured surface, meaning it's not too smooth or not too rough. It's a bit similar to mixed media paper. Some will say Brustro and Fabriano and Sennelier or Etcher are rougher than Arches, and this Menorah cold pressed paper. This is neither good or bad. It simply depends on what you want for your work. Alright, let's see how this paper works. First, I will be just testing out this paper by making two different paintings. First, I am making clouds painting to see how this paper surface works using wet on wet and using layering technique. First, I will be wetting the paper with natural hair round brush which hold more water. When the surface of this paper is still wet, I will be start giving Prussian blue color for sky, and then for cloud I will be giving some grey color. Here I wetted the cloud area again because this paper dries faster. But color flow nicely on surface while paper is still wet and it's giving smooth effect. But then I started adding another wet layer over fully dry layer. It started showing hard edge of puddle and layer started overpowering new layers. This reminded me of working with watercolor inks, and it looks like this paper similar to mixed media paper I have worked on. I think this paper designed for a glazing technique as well as working on two different mediums like watercolor and pan pastel or colored pencil work. Some people like to add detail on their watercolor painting. This will be great paper for mixed media work. One thing I realized that when I tried to darken the color of sky and some cloud and blend the shade together after the paint has dried, the problem is that the edge of the puddle will dry quicker and darker than the middle, and any attempt to smooth it out can easily wind up lifting the water pigment in the middle. Be quick and careful when blending out an edge so that you do not end up making the dark streak at the puddle edge worse. Make sure to use big wash brushes when you are doing flat wash on this Menorah paper. The second painting is quick out trying to darken and blend the colors while they are still wet, meaning simple I will be doing wet on wet landscape painting. I will start with the lighter shade in the painting and then I will start adding darker shade while the first lightest shade layer is still wet. using a very thin watercolor shade to make an even wash over the paper. Notice how the pigment spread and creates some beautiful visual when the ink is thin. When this layer is still as wet as possible, I am adding another layer with a bit less water. I am not going to overwork any areas, keeping in mind that I need patience because I know the picture will eventually look better. The problem with doing a watercolor layering on this paper is that you are layering watercolor over a sheet of dried watercolor instead of the watercolor itself, and that can make the blending more and more difficult. We are seeing that this blend turned out softer and more pleasant this time because this was not layering like I did with cloud painting. Instead of layering colors over a fully dry layer, here I am blending the color when they are still wet. I just noticed that it is easier to lift the color when the layer is still wet, but once again it creates hard edge of puddle. So be quick when you are lifting the colors. Make sure you have clean dry tissue paper to lift the wet paint quickly. Now adding final detail of burnt sienna color, adding thin wet color details over a fully dried color. Now we won't have any problems here because even the hard edge of no thin wet layer will create beautiful visual or details. When I was doing wet on wet painting, this paper started buckling up. It's very common with many watercolor papers, so don't worry about it. Make sure you are soaking and stretching the paper before start sketching and painting on it. Now I am making grape hyacinth plant painting. I will be doing wet on wet layering just like I did in second painting. I will be wetting the area and then start giving lighter shade first. And then I will start adding darker shade while the first lighter shade layer is still wet. Starting with a very thin watercolor shade to make an even wash, and then I will start adding another layer with a bit less water. Here I am lifting the color to keep this grape hyacinth white using clean wet brush. Notice that after drying, I did not get hard edge or puddle. Instead, that lifting and blend turned out more softer. On upper area, I added wet layer over a fully dried layer and got this kind of hard edge. Let's see if it's fade away from lifting the colors, and it's really worked a bit. Here I am painting a detailed grape hyacinth. I will use layering and wet on wet technique. but I will be using this small round brush to make sure I don't end up making the darker streak at the puddle edge worse. Honestly, this Menorah watercolor sketch pad have amazing characteristics, but it depends on how you use it. The more you curl the pen, the more you will get soft, pleasant and gentle results. If you like to draw pastel over watercolor or colored pencil over watercolor, then this paper is versatile for many creative things. As well as you can also use this paper for acrylic, gouache or ink and wash. I really impressed with this outcome of this painting. The color looks so bright and beautiful on this paper. This paper will be a great option for those who make daily watercolor sketch as well as mixed media artwork.